Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Inside the Music with StereoRuss. And we're here with the one and only Olivia Brown.
What's up?
We're in the lovely Catherine North studio. Mm-hmm. Olivia is the band leader, band captain, or just one of the gang of the band Junestone.
Yes. I've never been called a band captain before, but I'm just going to tell people that from now on.
Yeah, you have like the C like on your jersey. That'd be a weird look. And
like one of those captain's caps. Yeah.
All the captains. The captains. Yeah, so you steer the ship in Junestone. I have to say, I think that you guys are one of the most interesting bands in town, one of my favorites as someone who is a fan of like that genre. So before we kind of get into things, Olivia, I just want to say, like, first off, thanks for coming and spending the time here to chat with me today.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, no problem. Of course.
I gotta ask. So I refer to you guys as like funk, pop, jazz. Is that accurate? How would you guys describe it?
Yeah, that's very accurate. I'd say it's definitely like a fusion of a few things. And we on purpose made this band to be very open-ended and kind of focused around songs as concepts as opposed to arrangements. Like, we do make arrangements for our songs, but I don't know. I love the way that everyone in our band improvises. So we've created a space where when we're playing a song live, there's parts where we can go off or change the song or even change the speed of the song, and no one in the band will freak out about it. If anything, they'll be like, okay, cool. I didn't see this direction coming, but that's obviously what the song needs right now.
I'll actually do a quick roll call then. Who's in the band?
Okay, it's me, Olivia Brown, Ian Aisling. He's on piano. He's also mixed and mastered a bunch of the things, and he's a really amazing composer. So that's Ian. We have Justin McHugh. He plays drums and percussion, but he's just a very heavy, well-rounded musician. He also composes, and very cool dude. That's Justin. And then we have Boris Franicek, who plays guitars, but again, amazing musician and very creative. Like, a lot of our songs, they have these definitive like riffs and hooks that are definitely Boris is responsible for those things.
Yeah, and you guys just released the track?
Yeah, Take It or Leave It. And Boris improvised a guitar solo over the end of the song, but then liked it so much that he learned the improvisation to re-record it. So that's why I love our band. It's really flexible like that. Like, in this case, he's like, oh, we like to improvise, but this one was good. I'm going to keep it. And so now when it gets to the end of the song, he's playing more or less that part, but now we're improvising around it.
Oh, that's really cool.
The vocals too are pretty much set on the chorus of that song as well. So there's like these core pieces of the song that will stay put, and then the other instruments can move around it however they want.
Do you ever watch the show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
You know what? Justin and Boris are obsessed with that show.
Okay.
I've seen like clips of it just from hanging out with them, and they'll like just put on all their favorite scenes. But they both love that show. Yeah.
When you're describing how you guys kind of like improvise and stuff, that's what comes to mind, because I believe that show is written in like bits. So they know where the scene's going to go, and they have certain like checkpoints.
Yeah.
But then like to get from checkpoint A to B, it's like whatever happens.
That's an incredible comparison, and I feel like both of them will appreciate that so much.
Yeah, Boris, awesome. When you watch this, and Justin, when you watch this, we're thinking of you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I find that interesting, and I listen to your recordings, and obviously there's spots where, being someone who has performed, and I love the improvised kind of style of music, you can tell there's things that are put together But then also you have things that I could hear in the song, like the song ends. I'm like, I think these guys, like, they take it further here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we could.
So I want to know, like, when you're playing live, who's the first to kind of go off the diving board into improvisation land? Or is it kind of everyone kind of does it?
I'd say that Ian and Justin generally are the ones that will open that door the most, like first. But it just depends on the context. Like, maybe this is too much information, but sometimes when I'm singing, I just really have to sneeze or cough. And so I'll just choose to not come in with the vocals because I literally need another 8 bars to realign my vocals. And then, yeah, so that's always interesting because if I don't come in with the vocals, like hearing them realize what's happening, they're like, oh, okay. And then they might, like Justin, Ian, or Boris, they might put in some extra fills while I prepare to sing again. Or if like it seems like we had this happen when we were playing at the library a few months ago. So
for those that don't know, they do like noon hours, one of the noon hour ones.
Yeah, we got to play Junestone music at the noon hour concert in the library.
I love that because they do jazz and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you guys are a little heavier, not heavier, but like more intense than like noon at a library. Mm-hmm. So go on. I just wanted to give people some context.
It was actually really cool to play that context because I felt like in a library, you're not supposed to be loud. But here they were like paying us to be loud. So in one of our songs, I just straight up like invited anyone who wanted to scream with me in our spider song. I was like, this is your chance to yell in a library, and they're fine with it. Let's go. I think it was still too early in the day for many of the audience members to engage in like fully yelling, but I definitely went for it.
Did anyone partake? When you
put
the call? Yeah,
but if you yell loud enough, you might not hear who else is yelling. So, but yeah, at the library, we had like a very specific amount of time we were supposed to play, and the set list was slightly too long. So I realized this when we started the last song because I had checked the time. So a song is usually like 4 minutes. And in my mind, I was like, how can I make this like 2 minutes?
Yeah,
so that
that's hard.
So that we end
it's
right on time.
It's easier to make it 8.
So in that case, I was like, wow, we have the best band ever because I just straight up like started the song. I didn't like disclose that we were going to cut the song short. And I started the song. And then instead of going into like the first chorus, I went into the second chorus that starts with the same chords and then just like linked it to the outro of the song.
And
they picked up on it. Yeah. And it's our song Bad Enough. So the second part of the song is super similar to the first, but not everyone would have been expecting it to just keep rolling into the outro. And then we ended up with a song that was like 2.5 minutes, and we ended like exactly on time, which is so exciting. I feel like that's our job, is to manage time as musicians. It's just hilarious how bad most of us are at managing time. But when you're on stage, I feel like that's when you can really showcase your skills to be like, I know what 2 minutes is at this speed.
I have to say, Olivia, that like one of the things when I perform live is like, you remember the first song, you remember the last 2 songs, and I feel like the middle of the set's always a blur.
Yeah, you just get in the zone and maybe go somewhere and then come back. Yeah.
Like, do you find the same or something similar to that?
For sure. And then after, you'll have like different standout memories or impressions of what happened, but it will be unique to you. I am thankful for all the experience I've had playing with lots of different musicians and not just like Justin, Ian, and Boris, because everyone has like a different type of stage presence. And when you're first starting out, sometimes the faces that people make on stage, like you don't actually know what they mean. You're like, is this person really mad at me? Or are they just in the zone?
In their zone.
Yeah. So doing enough gigs with people I don't know has now given me like a sense of, I don't really care how everyone else is doing to a certain extent on stage. Like, I'm going to just do my very best to like glue everyone together with what I'm playing and really hear what they're doing. But I'm not so worried about like, did they like it? Are they mad at me? Did I ruin the song? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that comes with like age. I feel similarly that like when I was younger, you know, not everyone was even like comfortable with themselves on stage.
No.
Whereas like now, like you and I, or you, I don't want to speak necessarily, but like I feel like you're playing with people who like they found who they are as performers.
Yeah, it's almost like the more I play with Junestone, the more confident I feel playing with people I don't know, because we've just genuinely created a space where you can just try stuff out and no one is like really feeling like it's compromising the music. Like now that I know what it feels like to be in a group where you trust everyone you're playing with and they trust you, it's almost easier to create that space for people who you don't know, because you know what that feels like. And
right.
When
you can model it,
yeah,
and reposition it, yeah.
And sometimes when you're younger and you're just playing with people you don't know, like it's very hard to like even find what that feeling might be, because there's also a lot of variables that you might not know depending on the gig. Like, when do we start? when like, how do we get paid? Like, there's so many types of gigs you can play when you're learning how to be a performer that it's interesting.
For sure. Hey, check out what I can do. Oh wait, maybe I can't because I'm gonna smile. I can do that like water sound.
Oh, that's good. I can't do that.
I learned that one in grade 11 physics class.
That's exactly what you should learn in grade 11 physics.
Yeah. Olivia, again, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Catherine North. Grateful to Will and the gang here to allow us to spend some time chatting. I always say this is my favorite hour of the week, because it doesn't matter what's going on. You know, like, granted, today's been a great day. To be able to like just talk music for an hour with another musician is just like is the best. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Of course, thank you too.
I have a question. So I want to go back to what we were talking about before, talking about like bandmates and stuff like that. And something I love about the show is I want to like, you know, share knowledge and share experiences. So, you know, you have a great crew that you work with.
Yeah.
How do you find your crew?
I'm not sure. I think this was just really, really lucky. So for me, well, Ian is my brother and I've known him my whole life. And that in and of itself is a blessing, because there's some people who have brothers and they just don't get along at all. So this in and of itself is just super lucky that we're good friends.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger. We also have a younger sister, Eleanor, who's amazing. She's a very talented musician as well. And she's actually helped so much with the band. She helped me make all the t-shirts. She's sang a bunch of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Like just for fun with me.
Like kind of like a little bit of like someone to bounce ideas off of. And
yeah, basically Ian, Eleanor, and I, we did a set of songs that the three of us wrote together a few years ago at Clifford. And our project with the three of us is called Uncle Liftoff. So we did some Uncle Liftoff songs, and then Eleanor, I know, that's what I was saying. She's like an artistic like genius. She's like Uncle Liftoff is obviously what the three of our names should be together.
Clearly.
But then Junestone played at that show too, and so she came on stage and sang a bunch of songs with us. And yeah, so we have a little sister, but Ian and I are very good friends. So, and we just happen to play different instruments and love playing together, which didn't really happen till we were older. Like in our 20s, did we start playing music together.
I was going to ask, it wasn't like a, I don't know, Hanson situation where you're
Nah.
like all buds in high school?
No, I'm 2.5 years older than Ian, which I feel like it's just old enough that like when I was like 13 or 14, I'd be like, oh no, I do
he's like
not
10, 11.
want to hang out with you.
Give me a break. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't start playing bass until I was about 16.
Okay.
So at that age, especially, you're like, you're in grade 9. Like, we also went to different high schools too,
so that's
right?
So you can't even have those like
we didn't
mini
actually
interactions. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Cathedral and Ian went to Bishop Ryan.
Oh, okay.
And Eleanor went to Bishop Ryan too. But Eleanor is like 4 years younger than Ian and like 6.5 years younger than me. So like when I was in grade 7, she was in like grade 1 or kindergarten.
Right.
So it's basically since we're adults that we love to play together.
Yeah, you're
we
on
always,
the same page. Yeah.
We like the same things as kids and we did enjoy hanging out, but it's just like not that musical context that people imagine when I say, oh, I play music with my siblings. They're like, oh my gosh, it was like a family choir.
Do you know Victor Wooten?
Yes.
Like the Wooten brothers?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, he's got like 5 brothers and they're all insane musicians.
Of course.
I've seen them live.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
They were down in Buffalo. My partner, shout out to Sharon. I got to tell this story because we're going to get into bass. So Victor Wooten, for those that don't know, is like, he's one of my favorite musicians of all time. Certainly one of my favorite bassists of all time.
Yeah.
And my wife said, okay, here's a list of 20 things you need to bring. And I'm not telling you where we're going. And it was like bubble gum, 3 pairs of shoes, like random. And one was passport. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we went down to Buffalo and it was like Victor Wooten playing in Buffalo. And we went down and I got an autograph, got a picture with the guys. It was really great. Yeah. And so when I think of like brothers, I think, or like family, I think of like the Wooten brothers played since they were 3. That's not the same.
Yeah.
But my question for you, I guess, going into bass is like you're 16-year-old. I want like taking back to like 16-year-old Olivia who's like, I'm playing bass. Of all the instruments.
I wanted to play bass since I was like 11 or 12. So I played piano when I was a kid and I liked piano, but mostly I really liked doing the recitals and I really liked music. So it wasn't like, oh, this instrument is amazing. It's like, oh, I just love music. And I got to write songs when I was a kid. My teacher would do these little like song competitions where you could enter your music. And I loved doing that. So she really kind of gave me a taste for making my own music when I was a kid, which I appreciate. But when I was 11, I don't know where I heard this, like where I got this idea from, but basically I was really interested in the instrument. And then my parents, my dad worked as a middle school music teacher and he brought the school bass home to tune it. So that's probably like more or less the origin stories. Like the strings were so awful, they really needed to be tuned. But I remember playing with this bass and I actually broke a bass string the first time I was playing on a bass because I was just like not doing it right. Like I was like, what is this?
wait, did you break it tuning it or did you break it playing it?
Trying to tune it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm like, how the heck are you yanking on that
I've
thing?
done that too, but it was just really bad. Like there's just a faulty pack of strings.
Yeah.
It was actually quite ridiculous. I was playing a Christmas gig at Canadian Tire and in the middle of Silver Bells, my A string broke.
Wow.
Which made the song really difficult to play because it was like jazz feel. I mean, you don't necessarily walk in 3, but when you're missing the A string, you're either walking really high or you're playing a lot of like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, very polka.
Like really high jumps. So my parents brought home this bass and I just thought it was so cool. When they got the new strings on it, I was like trying to play songs. Like I think I tried to play Roxanne by The Police, and I was able to figure out like doo 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 doo. I got that part of the song.
Yeah, okay.
Up until the chorus where it gets fast, basically.
Sure. But you get a piece of it.
And I was like, wow,
exciting.
I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but I love this and I really want a bass. And I just kept asking them for a bass. They obviously had to take that one back to school. I asked them kind of on and off for a while. And then finally they were like, okay, we're going to get you one because you asked for so long.
Cool.
And then I got it. And so Victor Wooten has a book. The Music Lesson.
The Music Lesson.
I saw that book in the store when I was about 17.
Yeah.
And I bought it. I was just like, oh, cool. Who's this bass player? It's a book about bass. And I like loved the cover. It was so pretty.
Yeah, it's got like the browns and it's like swirly.
I was like, oh, wow, this is so my vibe. And I've been playing bass now. So really early into playing bass, I actually read Victor Wooten's book. And it like definitely changed my life. Like it was so inspiring and it's very wholesome. The concepts are very much about how to be a good listener, how to be open-minded as a musician, the importance of just like doing the work and practicing in a way that's like kind
to yourself.
Yeah, that was like huge because I had good piano teachers growing up, but there's a long tradition of piano. And I've tasted.
It's like you got a gavel. You're like,
piano. You can only be good at piano this way. So I definitely was in that like a little bit, not as much as some people I know.
But because I grew up starting to play piano as well. So like I think if you're indoctrinated into that to some degree. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But then Victor Wooten, he's very much like if you can play one note, you're a musician.
Yeah.
Right. And now obviously that's like an extreme, but like you don't have to. It's not conservatory only. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it actually.
When you are like really young and you read a book like that and you're interested in music, it definitely can change your life because it's just so positive 100%. And it's very like encouraging. It's not there to be like, you can't do this. So it really inspired me a lot. And I actually haven't learned that many Victor Wooten songs. Like, it's just now that I'm like properly learning how to slap and stuff. Like my primary interests with bass when I started out were just to play like finger style things. Mm-hmm. But it's evolved over time. Maybe I'll learn some Victor stuff now, but yeah, he's very inspiring to me.
He's my guy. So
yeah.
Victor, if you hear this, shout out. You're the man.
We love you. Thank you.
We love you so much. You are top notch.
Top notch
in our books.
Yeah, and in your book.
So
Victor Wooten has a book. The Music Lesson.
The Music Lesson.
I saw that book in the store when I was about 17.
Yeah.
And I bought it. I was just like, oh, cool. Who's this bass player? It's a book about bass. And I like loved the cover. It was so pretty.
Yeah, it's got like the browns and it's like swirly.
I was like, oh, wow, this is so my vibe. And I've been playing bass now. So really early into playing bass, I actually read Victor Wooten's book. And it like definitely changed my life. Like it was so inspiring and it's very wholesome. The concepts are very much about how to be a good listener, how to be open-minded as a musician, the importance of just like doing the work and practicing in a way that's like kind
to yourself.
Yeah, that was like huge because I had good piano teachers growing up, but there's a long tradition of piano. And I've tasted.
It's like you got a gavel. You're like,
piano. You can only be good at piano this way. So I definitely was in that like a little bit, not as much as some people I know.
But because I grew up starting to play piano as well. So like I think if you're indoctrinated into that to some degree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, Victor Wooten, he's very much like, if you can play one note, you're a musician.
Yeah.
Right? And now obviously that's like an extreme, but like you don't have to, it's not conservatory only. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it, actually.
When you are like really young and you read a book like that and you're interested in music, it definitely can change your life because it's just so positive
100%.
and it's very like encouraging. It's not there to be like, you can't do this. So it really inspired me a lot. And I actually haven't learned that many Victor Wooten songs. Like, it's just now that I'm like properly learning how to slap and stuff. Like, my primary interests with bass when I started out were just to play like finger style things. But it's evolved over time. Maybe I'll learn some Victor stuff now, but yeah, he's very inspiring to me.
He's my guy. So
Yeah.
Victor, if you hear this, shout out. You're the man.
We love you. Thank you.
We love you so much. You are top notch.
Top notch.
In our books.
Yeah, and in your book.
And in your books. He's got two. He has a new one. He wrote during COVID.
Oh man, I gotta read that. I probably will love it.
It's more of a novel. I mean, they're both kind of. The first one is like near and dear to my heart. The second one's just fun because I love Victor, so it's all
good.
Good.
That would be fun. Yeah, like Snarky Puppy was very famous.
Yeah.
Or just becoming famous.
Yeah, and they had like the YouTube videos and.
Yeah, and I saw like they didn't like Butter didn't have any horn players, but that was sort of a vibe in jazz that was becoming really strong, where it's like neo soul combined with like big band sensibilities, and that there's really cool shots that everyone's gonna hit. And yeah, just also like it just feels very fresh. It feels very specific to like 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. And so you were a fan of them. You saw them play.
Yeah.
And then you're like, we got to be friends. Like, how did that?
Yeah, I basically just started talking to them at the party because it sounded great. I already knew Jonas, and mostly I was just talking to Boris for a long time. And I was like, well, if I ever need a guitar player for a band, like, I'm totally asking this guy. And then eventually, like, a bunch of years passed, and then I had this idea. In, I think 2018, I had this idea, could be 2017, but I was like, what would be an amazing band is Justin, Boris, Ian, and me.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
So you pitched this to them? Or did you just get everyone together casually to see what would happen?
I pitched it to them. I was like, hey, do you want to be in a band? And all of them replied within an hour and were like, yeah, let's be in a band. Even Ian, who hadn't met them. And then we jammed like 2 months later, and I'd written a bunch of new songs specifically for that band. One of those songs was Who Cares? Another of those songs was Bad Enough and Mind Your Business. So all three of those songs are out now. And those were all songs that we played at our first practice.
Cool.
Which is pretty exciting to me.
Yeah. So those were all your tracks that you kind of brought to it.
Yeah. And so far, almost everything that we've played is like a song that I've brought in. But people in the band have just completely like transformed those songs and made them their own. And I have played like solo a bunch of Junestone songs. Boris and I played duo a lot. I've also done trio configurations, like where Boris or Ian couldn't make it. So
how do you manage doing that with Boris when it's just like guitar and bass? Like, what do you do for like, do you have a drum machine at all, or do you keep it like just the two of you?
We just treat it as if it's like an acoustic gig, but bring electric instruments.
Yeah.
And it usually fits in really well with other acoustic acts if we're on a bill like that, because it kind of just breaks up the sound, You know what? I like that. I get exactly what you're saying. Like, acoustic gig really just means no drum kit and no DJ. But you can go to an acoustic gig and then people will put on tracks. So then I'm like, what does this mean anymore? It's like, we can go there.
Yeah.
You won't mind.
Yeah.
It also gives the songs like a more lyrical presentation in a way, because the band's very good at framing the words, but it's like even more about the vibe when all four of us are there. Whereas if it's just the guitar and the bass, we kind of focus more on this is a song and here's the words, because people are gonna naturally, I think, fixate on the words even more than if it was something with drums.
Yeah, because that is like the singer-songwriter acoustic kind of vibe, which is why, I mean, like I love musicians' music with like you guys doing your thing, because for me, I can get lost in all of it. And like, if anyone would ask me like what was the lyrical content, I'd be like,
that's like me for sure.
Idea. That's what I mean. There's like
in our band, we're so bad. Like, I'd say Boris probably remembers lyrics better than all of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we all have to work hard at it.
Yeah, I have to really be like, but yeah, when you go to acoustic setting, like the lyrics, the vocals are the main. I want to talk a little bit about your song that you just released. What's your approach to like production, being that you are so improvisation focused?
Live off the floor is essential for us.
Okay.
And with Take It or Leave It, it's actually pretty bare bones in a lot of ways. Like, we recorded it with the help of George and Mark from Dr. Tongue. So they have
that's cool.
So they have a studio. It's kind of in this area. It's a bit more east. And I recorded some bass tracks for them in their own band. And then in exchange, they let us set up and track a song. So Take It or Leave It, we basically, all four of us, just played the song together, and then I was kind of in an isolation room or in the control room, and I sang while we played. And then what we did is we listened back and we just took the take that we liked the most.
Do you remember how many takes you did?
I think we did 3 or 4 takes, and there's a couple spots in that song where there's like an actual stop. So I think there was a part where we liked how take 4 ended and then how take 1 started. I don't know which take is in it anymore.
Right.
But basically we combined, I think, 2 takes together.
Cool.
But there's no click used. And there's also no overdubs of those original parts. That's just what we all played together.
Okay.
And then the overdubs in it are the vocals, which I re-recorded with a super nice microphone and George's help. He's a very good singer, so he's able to be like, "You're a bit flat." Like, okay, I'll fix it.
Well, you're a bit of a jerk. No,
no, he made it. He helped us make it sound so good because of that. And then Ian and Boris, they sang harmonies on it too, which is super cool because they haven't sang on a lot of songs before, but they sang on this.
Oh, that's good.
And then the other overdub was Boris did some extra guitars. But the foundation layer of the track is the goal was to have something live off the floor. And this was experimental in that we didn't use a click. So for everything on the First Try album, we recorded those beds at Jukasa, and we did all of that on a click and then edited it ourselves. The process for that was actually more time consuming because we were like allowed to be pickier. Whereas in this case, I think moving forward, we're just always gonna record live off the floor because our live show will get better, and then we can just focus on really capturing something as a group, and like getting more music out because we have a lot of songs. We still have so many that we haven't even tried to record yet.
The recording process I find it has its pace, right? Especially in like the modern sense, but then also like the speed at which, you know, social media and media in general like is moving. There's a dichotomy where you're kind of like, to really write and put out really great music that you're proud of. It can be a slow process.
Yeah, our next goal, or concept is to record a bunch of songs in mine and Boris's living room.
Nice.
Because we recently have gotten a piano in there, and the piano is so awesome.
Excellent.
So the first recordings that we ever made, like our demo of Who Cares, our demo of Bad Enough, like all of these things were just done in my parents' basement. So we're trying to go back to that, like now that we've done some stuff in a studio here, done some stuff in a studio there. Could we just do it in our own space with just us? Because especially some of the songs that we have to record next, they're so intimate and personal. It would almost be, I think that the feeling we could get if it was just us would be more gentle. And I think that that's important for what the songs are.
I can't wait to hear them. I know you guys have 20 songs out or so and growing. And I want to know very quickly, and we'll kind of do a bit of a wrap up. And before we do, again, I just want to say thanks for taking the time today.
No
I
worries.
feel like we just sat down and I feel like we could keep going, but
Yeah.
you know, this is what it's all about, just like chatting music. So when you're trying to figure out what you're going to play live, like how do you have so much music, like how do you manage the set list?
Well, at this point, we know there's some songs that people like who don't know us are going to adore.
Yeah.
So like often now we include Spider Collider or the Bong Song in our sets. We usually include Who Cares too, because that's a song that like a lot of people who have never heard us before will come up after and be like, we love this song so much. So we've got a bit of that going on, but usually we just go by, like I just go by feeling. There was one moment, I think last summer, where we knew we were going to do, or last spring, where we knew we were going to do a showcase. And so we on purpose created a super set, which we were like, these are like our most impressive, like everyone is going to be shocked at how different these sound from each other and how well they go together. So we made a super set and we played that a few shows in a row. And by the time we actually did the showcase, it was really ridiculous how well the song set. So if we do go on tour, which I really want to, we would do that. We would have a set.
Super set.
We would make a super set. And then by the end of the tour, it would just be ridiculous. But pretty much almost every gig, we've made a different set list just to see what happens. What are those songs like together? And I mean, they always say that you shouldn't end on like a soft song, but we totally did that at Drum the other night, and I don't feel bad because it was like 4 a.m. People need to chill.
I agree with that. I love that. Yeah. It's about feeling the space. Everyone at 4 a.m., you just gotta chill.
Yeah, and they're gonna put on the house music in 10 minutes, so they can have a little slow moment.
Yeah.
Before, round 5 or whatever's going on happens.
I gotta say, Olivia, like you guys again. One of my favorite bands here in Hamilton. If you're into just like really good live music, even if you're like afraid of jazz, don't be afraid of these guys. Like they're not like they're, I would say, pop focused with like jazz influence. So if you're just a fan of live music, if you're a fan of good time, if you're a fan of good humans.
Oh, thank you.
Olivia, you ready for some fast questions?
All right.
Okay.
Fast question time.
Fast question, ready?
Yep.
First off, what is the most underrated place here in Hamilton?
Well, the library. Come on. Look how much free stuff is in there. And they just share it with you. Like,
yeah, libraries are great spots.
I can't believe it. I've found so much good stuff at the library.
I love that. Okay, if you're going to rehearsal,
yeah,
who's the first one who gets to rehearsal always?
Well, if it's at Justin's house, actually, it's not always Justin. Probably Boris. Boris is there first. Yeah. I'm always like, not always late, but I'm like riding that line between on time and like 2 minutes late.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys do go on tour, who would be the predominant driver?
It just depends if the vehicle is like stick or not. Like,
okay.
But
who drives stick in the band?
Boris.
Okay.
I love driving, and I also, because I'm singing, I'm not as interested in having drinks at the show.
Right.
So probably after gigs, I would be the driver.
Yeah.
But between, I feel like we'd all share it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we all like to drive enough.
If you could wake up tomorrow and be proficient in any instrument, what would that instrument be?
Drums. Yeah.
Why drums?
They're just so fun to play. Like I can't play drums well, but I just have the time of my life when I'm sitting there. So it'd be like ridiculous if I was randomly proficient out of the blue.
Cool. I love that. Yeah. It would freak everyone out, wouldn't it?
It would. It would be like such a power move. You go to a jam, play bass, and then you're like, hey, hold this. And then you like go play drums. It's like, what's happening?
Hold this.
I mean, I should say piano, but like, nah. I'm on such a journey with piano to just like learn it at this like really slow, interesting pace that it would almost be like I couldn't handle just being randomly proficient at it out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would actually piss me
baggage.
off. I'd be like, come on, this is my identity, having to work on this.
One last question for all the bass players out there.
Yeah.
What's the secret to a killer bass tone?
Your left hand. It's very underrated. Everyone's focused on their strings. They're focused on the right hand doing all this fancy stuff. But ultimately, the position that your fingertips are on the strings will impact the tone, and how well you can mute with the left hand will impact how clean it is. This is also the hand that's responsible for your vibrato and your bending, and how, like, just there's so much to do with your time feel that's coming from this hand. Like, how do you land on the note? How do you switch between the note? All those movements here impact the tone just as much, in my opinion, as this, even though this is your attack. This is like everything else over here.
Olivia Brown, Junestone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's a wrap. Great job. Yeah. I love it.